Now we could have went into more Acts, but that was basically the point of that. So we're gonna jump to Genesis 22 and what?
Oh, Galatians. Actually, Galatians.
Oh, Galatians. Galatians. My fault. Build us.
3 and 7, 3, 7 and 8.
All right. Galatians 3rd chapter. I should just type in number 3. That's all right. 3 and what?
I got some 7. Yeah, 7 is good.
All right. Galatians chapter 3 verse 7. Know ye therefore that they which are of Galatians chapter 3 verse 7. Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham.
Yeah, so know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. Meaning what? The children that was going to have faith in Yahushua was going to be of the seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
Okay? Christians read this and they try to apply it to the other nations. See, if you believe or if you have faith, then you are of the seed of Abraham or child of Abraham. No. The actual seed of Abraham, okay, who came out of Abraham? Israel.
Yeah.
They was going to be the ones who was going to be of faith, okay? Because Abraham himself had faith. One of the characteristics the Most High blessed him with was faith.
Yeah.
So the Most High was going to bless his children, his seed, with that same blessing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And this verse 8. And the scripture foreseeing that the Most High would justify the heathen through faith.
Yeah, and it said...
It said heathen.
Yep. See, it says heathen. And see, that's what people don't understand. Like, yeah, it says heathen, but Israel was classified as a heathen. Israel was in a heathenistic state of mind.
Remember, we went to that scripture in Hosea when he said, "Lo ami, not my people."
Not my
He was
people.
like heathens.
That's right. That's right. So you had Israel that was in a Gentile state of mind that was actually looked as the heathen, okay, by the Jews.
That's right, brother.
So it says the scriptures foreseeing, which it says in the scripture foreseeing that God. Oh, matter of fact, you can read it.
Yeah. And the scripture foreseeing that the Most High would justify the heathen through faith.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty much was predestined.
That's right.
Okay, because it all goes back to the promises that the Most High made with Abraham before time. Okay, so now, which we're gonna get in Genesis, but it's playing out where when starting with Paul when he went to the Gentiles, okay, and how the word was gonna be preached onto the Israelite foreigners and how they was gonna have faith in Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when these promises is all started to play out, man. But it was spoken of aforetime.
The prophecy started to play out. Yeah.
That's right.
And the scripture foreseeing that the Most High would justify the heathen through faith, preached before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, "In thee shall all nations be blessed."
Yeah, that's right. So it says, see, "In thee shall all nations be blessed." And somebody will read that. See, it says, yeah, all nations, but it said "in thee," referencing what? The seed of Abraham.
That's right.
All nations didn't come out of Abraham. Okay.
Exactly. Ham didn't come out of Abraham.
Right.
Japheth didn't come out of Abraham. Come on.
Right. So when it says "in thee all nations shall be blessed," it's talking about who came out of Abraham? Israel. In the same chapter, when you I think you jumped to like verse 18 or so, it speaks about not the seeds of many, but of one, which seed the same where Yahushua came out of, which was what? Israel. Okay. But we could but it says "in thee all nations shall be blessed." So let's see what that's talking about. We can go to Genesis.
Okay. What verse? 22?
22. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
like 16.
Genesis chapter 22, verse 16.
Come on.
All right. Genesis 22 and 16. And said, "By myself have I sworn, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son.
Right, because what when you read up, the Most High pretty much told Abraham, to sacrifice his son Isaac, and Abraham, he was going to do what the Most High told him to do. He did not waver. He went to sacrifice his son, which was the Most High was giving Abraham a test of faith. Okay, and so he did something that was pleasing to the Most High, having faith in him and not doubting. And it also mentions in the book of Hebrews how how Abraham thought that, look, he's the Most High, he can restore him. He could have restored Isaac. It speaks about that in the book of Hebrews. Because he had the mindset like, look, all right, if I sacrifice my son, hey, the Most High could raise him up.
Exactly.
So that's how much faith Abraham had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Verse 17, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed, as the stars of the heaven.
Yeah, in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven. Now, who is that referencing? Israel. Okay, it's not Israel compared to the stars throughout the scriptures. Go ahead.
And as the sand which is upon the seashore.
Mm-hmm.
You read that in Hosea 1 and 10.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, you read that in Hosea 1 and 10, which is referring to Israel.
And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Yeah, so now it says, and thy seed shall possess the gates of thy enemies. And who's the enemies? The other nations. The ones that are outside of Israel. Okay? Go ahead.
So if it's talking about the whole world, is the whole world going to possess the whole world?
Right. No.
Come on, man.
Which don't make sense.
Don't make sense. You're going to possess their lands. Remember Obadiah?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to possess the remnant of Edom.
Mm-hmm.
That means they land.
That's right.
And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
Right. So then, was this not mentioned in Galatians, the 3rd chapter, which we read? And it says, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed. And it says what? Because thou hast obeyed my voice. So we read about this in Galatians, the 3rd chapter. So it says, in thy seed shall all nations be blessed. But when you read the previous verse in 17, it says, and thy seed shall possess the gates of thy enemies. So how all nations, so if
Exactly.
according to these Christians,
exactly,
if all nations is talking about every nation under the earth, then who is the enemies that's going to be possessed, or the gates of the enemies that's going to be possessed?
Exactly.
Some aliens from another planet or something?
Yeah, exactly. How all the nations of the earth going to be blessed, but the scripture going to say you're going to possess the gates of your enemies.
Right.
So what the hell are y'all talking about? You're going to be blessed, but then you're going to, at the same time, you're going to be possessed? Meaning like taken in control of?
Right.
So who's the enemies going to be? Somebody got to be enemies here. Come on, man. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. So the all nation, and then the all nations that is going to be blessed is referring to where Israel was going to be scattered throughout the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because like you mentioned earlier, you said nation just mean multitude of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I mentioned that before we did the show.
Before we did the show. Just multitude of people, and that's what Israel became. Israel became a multitude of people. Okay, because what? In the beginning, they started out in Egypt as 70 souls, and what? Over time, generations, Israel grew.
That's why the book is called the Book of Numbers.
That's right.
Because it came out of Egypt in great numbers.
Mm-hmm. And we went from starting out as a 70 souls in Egypt to multiplying. Like you mentioned numbers. What? We possessed the land of Israel, but even from there, from us possessing the land of Israel, now we are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Dwelling in all lands.
That's right.
So we became, nations of people.
Yeah, because we in one land over here, we in one land over there.
Right.
That's right, bro.
God. So So to further prove, so that's what it's speaking about, okay? And it says thy seed, which is, we know Abraham did not, all nations all nations on this planet Earth did not come out of the loins of Abraham or the seed of Abraham.
So basically, what the brother is going into is the concept of nations being blessed. Like, what does that mean? Because that would trip somebody up.
Yep.
You know.
And what they was going to be blessed with, yeah, because the Most High was going to bless this, and ultimately it all goes into faith, okay?
Yeah.
Because when Yahweh Shah came on the scene, what they was going to have faith in Yahweh Shah,
That's
okay?
right.
Same way Abraham had faith. But so what we had, I believe it was Genesis 35, right?
Yeah, with Ephraim and Manasseh.
That's Genesis 48.
I think you mentioned Genesis 35 too.
Yeah, 35 and 10.
I got you.
We can go there. And when you look up, when you go onto the
yeah,
the
you're right, brother. They get tripped. Cause my phone I had just paused it for a quick second, probably like 3 seconds. Y'all probably wouldn't hear this on my video, but you'll hear it on his. The bro just said people get tripped over with that word nation. Like, oh, nations. See, look, man. They get they get tripped up behind that.
Okay.
Like that's a trump card. Come on, man. What verse you want to start? What you were saying, brother?
Okay. Yeah, because even when you go into the word nations, when you look it up in Hebrew, is the Goya,
Yeah.
or the Goy, okay, which can apply to the actual heathens.
Yeah.
But it also tells you that it applies to Israel also.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta understand the context of the scripture.
That's right. Okay, so this Genesis
verse 9.
Yeah, I guess from verse 9.
Genesis chapter 35 verse 9. And the Most High appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padanaram and blessed him. And the Most High said, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name.
And this is where Jacob came from, wrestling an angel. Okay.
But Israel shall be thy name, and he shall call his name Israel.
Yeah, so the Most High changed the name from Jacob, which is from Hebrew Yaakov, meaning supplanter, to supplant, and changed his name to Israel. Okay.
Yasha'Allah, he is the Prince of the Power.
Prince of the Power. That's right.
And the Most High said unto him, I am the power almighty. I am the Most High Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, be fruitful and multiply. Okay. Because in Israel, you know, he had 12 sons, and yeah, it started out as 12 sons, and then we multiplied from there.
Yeah.
Most of the time, be fruitful and multiply. Yeah.
A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
Yeah, so the Most High telling Israel that a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee. Okay, so it refers to the nation Israel, how he's going to be a nation and a company of nations is going to come out of him.
That's right.
All right. Now, is it talking about actual other races? Because all Israel is still one race of people.
That's right.
In different tribes.
That's right.
But they are a mass multitude compared to, you know, from the beginning. So that's why they are known as nations, because we are multiplied throughout the four corners of the earth.
Exactly.
As a great number.
That's right. And the Most High said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and the company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
Yeah, and kings shall come out of thy loins, okay? And that's what? A nation of kings and priests,
That's
which
right.
came out of Jacob, out of one man, one seed. Well, out of this line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay?
Right.
So out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came a great multitude of people upon the earth, which is the nation of Israel.
And you notice they came out of his loins, of his seed.
Out of the seed.
I mean, come on, man.
That's right.
And it says, so you're talking about Jacob now. So it's going to come out of Jacob, whose name is Israel. So they ain't talking about Esau.
That's right.
They ain't talking about nobody else.
Yeah.
The Israelites. And the land, which keep reading?
That was the point.
Okay.
So I guess we could go to Genesis, and that'll be the last one, 30, 40, 49. So we could get there like
yeah. 40, yep, 48. And which one is 17? And Jason saw his father's right hand upon his head.
Con.
Okay. So this is let me start. Read it.
Con.
Genesis chapter 48 verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head.
Yeah, because this when Jacob, in his old age, he was blessing.
He was blind; he couldn't see.
Yeah, con. He was blind; he couldn't see, and he was putting blessings upon the children.
That's right.
All right, the children of Israel, and it said when Joseph saw Jacob put his hand upon Ephraim, it displeased him because what? Ephraim was the younger brother.
That's right.
Okay, Manasseh was the eldest, and we know according to usually the inheritance would go to what? The eldest first.
Exactly.
Okay, but the Most High set it up this way where Ephraim was going to be the greater.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head.
Mm-hmm.
And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become
so Jacob knew, but what? The Most High, the Spirit was upon him to put his hand upon Ephraim because the Most High was going to set it up where, look, Esau was going to be the greater. Okay?
That's right. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. Mm-hmm. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he.
That's right.
And his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
Ooh, so there we go. His seed shall become a multitude of nations.
There you go. It's a cut.
That's
a super cut.
So did actual other races come out of Ephraim?
Yeah.
No. Ephraim was
Ephraim.
Yeah, Ephraim was still Ephraim. But they were so great in number, what the scripture speak about Ephraim, bows running over the wall.
Yeah.
So they was gonna multiply greatly, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we know as Ephraim today is the so-called Puerto Ricans.
Exactly.
Okay, and look at them. We know Puerto Ricans for having a lot of children.
Yeah.
And that's what Ephraim means. It means fruitful.
That's right.
A parium.
They bulls are gonna go over the wall that represent them coming from Puerto Rico over here to the United
States. Yep.
And if you look at the statistics, I've been out researching one time. There's more Puerto Ricans in New York than there are in the capital, which is San Juan.
That's right.
There's more Puerto Ricans in New York than anywhere else in the country. It's New York, then it's Florida, then it's Jersey, then it's Pennsylvania. Can you read it?
That was a point.
That was a point. Yeah, that was a point.
Con. So pretty much because, hey, so that goes to show you that every time you see the word nation, it's not referring to the heathens.
Exactly.
Man. And that's what people don't understand. The Most High referred to Israel as nations also, which is multitude of people. Right? Nations is pretty much just a people in great number.
Exactly. So when it says multitude of nations, it must multitude of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. They're always trying to squeeze some heathens into this.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so with that, hope you brothers, learn something. And we're gonna say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rukakwadash. And we're gonna say double honor to our apostles and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.